SuperSHIELD 6 is the final step of the Santa Glaze process, designed to be tough, durable, and efficient. In order for this to happen, however, it is extremely important to follow these application steps. Please note, before you begin the SuperSHIELD 6 application process, it is very important to ensure that the floor is properly prepared and all contaminants are removed from the floor, baseboards, corners, and edges. Before you begin, be sure to wipe all cleanup solution off the surface with a microfiber pad or mop dampened with clean water and completely dry the floor with fans or blowers. Cleanup solution contains a surfactant that will affect the adhesion of SuperSHIELD 6. First, mix the primer by adding the entire contents of Part B into the primer, making sure you empty the vial. It is vitally important to make sure you empty the Part B vial into the primer. Recap the primer bottle and shake gently for 1 minute. Let the primer stand for 15 minutes and then gently and briefly shake once more before applying. Apply to dry surfaces with a dry microfiber applicator, keeping surfaces wet by constantly mopping for 2 minutes. Like you see here, use a north-south, east-west motion with your microfiber mop, ensuring that the entire surface of the floor is coated. It is important to keep the tile damp for 2 minutes, applying only enough to dampen the tile and grout, leaving no puddles or excess material. If excess product is applied, wring out the applicator and go over the floor before the primer dries. Allow primer to dry for 30 to 45 minutes. Please note that your dry time may be affected by factors such as room temperature or humidity. Top coat may be applied when the surface appears dry, but must be applied within 2 hours. Mix Part B with top coat as usual. Like you see here, use a north-south, east-west motion with your microfiber mop, ensuring that the entire surface of the floor is coated. Allow 1 hour before applying a second coat of SuperSHIELD 6 top coat to prevent roll-up. It is important to use no more than 2 coats of SuperSHIELD 6 top coat. It is also important to note that SuperSHIELD 6 primer must be used within 24 hours of adding Part B. In between coats of SuperSHIELD 6, wrap your mop head in a plastic bag to prevent it from hardening. Again, please note that your dry time may be affected by factors such as room temperature or humidity. When applying SuperSHIELD 6, you may run into issues from time to time. Streaking in the SuperSHIELD. Streaking is generally caused by one of 3 things: improper or contaminated microfiber mop heads. Be sure you are only using a clean, dry microfiber to apply SuperSHIELD 6. The floor is not completely dry. This causes the microfiber to grab water, which in turn mixes with the SuperSHIELD. Ensure you are allowing enough dry time, and if you have any questions, use a moisture meter to ensure that the floor is dry. Improper application methods. It is important for the technician to maintain a smooth, even flow, going over areas repeatedly until the desired look is achieved. A milky look or a haze. This issue is generally caused by too much product on the floor. Ensure you are leaving no puddles or excess product on the floor, and work the SuperSHIELD evenly into the floor. The floor is not completely dry. This causes the microfiber to grab water, which in turn mixes with the SuperSHIELD. Ensure you are allowing enough dry time, and if you have any questions, use a moisture meter to ensure that the floor is dry. Chemical residue. Sometimes chemical residue will remain on the floor if the floor is not adequately rinsed. If you are in doubt as to whether the floor is free of any chemical residue, rinse the floor with Everglaze mixed at 2 ounces per gallon. Bubbles in the SuperSHIELD. Bubbles can be caused by using a frayed or overused mop head. Inspect your mop head before application to ensure it is in good condition. Replace if necessary. Reusing a mop head that has been bagged from a previous day. This could catalyze or activate the SuperSHIELD that remains in the mop head. Ensure you are using a clean, dry mop head. Mixing old SuperSHIELD with new SuperSHIELD. This can cause the SuperSHIELD to dry faster, not allowing it to properly level out. Be sure you do not mix old and new SuperSHIELD.